Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am using the dust extractor from Tafs and I'm using the Kuku portable e-file as well. So I'm going to talk throughout the video about these and what I think about them, and these are also the e-file bits I received with the e-file. So I'm going to go ahead and use this little bit here. I'm placing it in the e-file, locking it into place, and then just giving you a quick view of what that e-file looks like. So this is rechargeable and portable. I'm just taking my client and pushing back her cuticles. It looks like I'm being vigorous, but I'm not. I'm just, because I've sped this up. So that was what the e-file and the extractor fan sound like. So thoughts on the e-file: it's really good. It's great value for money. There is slight vibration, but not anything major. It's just because I'm used to using the saeyang K35, which I absolutely love. And yeah, so for £70, I think it's really good value for money. That's the dust that the extractor has caught just from prep alone. So I was really impressed with that. I'm glad there was no electric shocks, there was no blowout. It's really cool how you just put the filter on the top and turn it on and it sucks it on, and then when you're finished you chuck away the filter, or you can probably hoover it and use it again. But I really enjoyed using it. I didn't find myself covered in dust, and I think it is a good price for the kit. I think the extractor fan works out at £195, which is quite cheap compared to some that are on the market. I also have the Sunjin, which cost me around £150, and I like that also. It's a bit quieter than this one, which I like, but sometimes you like for heavy filing it does blow out, like the big chunks just don't really go in the pit. But no, all in all, I really enjoyed using this extractor. I think it's a really good value for money. Again, I think it's nice design, good for the client to rest her hand on. So yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed it. So moving on to the nails, I have done all the prep work as you have just seen. I am using CJP Milky Pink to make this free edge on this nail. I'm then using Cherry Blossom Blush to put on the nail plate and ombre down, and then I'm actually going to cap this in and more just to give it a beautiful pink finish and make that ombre like perfectly seamless. You can do this with like negligee or a sheer pink as well, but I just chose to use a more. So moving on to the ring finger, and I'm using Frozen Pink. I'm just making that cuticle area nice and beautiful. And then I'm double dipping my brush into Milky Pink and Lavender Pearl. I'm then picking up some Silver Hollow. I'm sorry that my camera keeps focusing on my hand and not my fingers, not the fingers that I'm working on. And then just took some Princess and just kind of swooshed it over that Silver Hollow. And I'm then going back and double dipping into Milky Pink and Frozen Pink, and then back into Milky Pink and Lavender Pearl, and then back into that glitter. Then I will just leave this to set in place before capping. So I'll just move on to the next nail. I love that nail. It looks like a bath bomb or something. It's so beautiful. So this nail is full Cherry Blossom Blush. So just placing that bead at the cuticle area, letting the bead do the work, then just tucking it in where it needs to be tucked in. Walking that bead down to make my free edge. I'm not too bothered about the thickness here because I'm going to cap this nail anyway, because I'm coming in with some, I think it's called unicorn hair. I think it might not be, I could be completely wrong. I probably am completely wrong, but I'll leave a link in the description box where you can get it from anyway. But it's like twisted mylar. It's so strange but beautiful, but an absolute pain in the ass to get stuck on the nail. So I've actually made it look quite easy when I watched this back, but in the end on the other nail I actually glued it into place first because it just kept sticking up and then moving around, and it was just really frustrating my brain. So I do recommend, if you're going to use this, maybe glue it down first and then just hold it, you know, like with the plastic bit of the form down in place so it can't like pop up and move around. So I've just placed that in like a random pattern. I've then had a big hoo-ha and finally got them stuck. I'm then just going to cap in crystal glass. I'm not too fussed about little bits that are sticking out because I'll just file them away anyway. But then I'm just going to cap them into place. Moving on to the index finger, and then I'm going to do the same thing we did on the pinky. So placing my bead of milky pink on that joint area, blending back into the nail plate. Using my big boy brush today as well, just thought I'd drop that in there. And then just walking that bead down to create the shape that I want. And the nice beautiful free edge. This client likes to have almond nails, so almond is what she gets. And then coming in with that cherry blossom blush. Such an underrated colour, it's so beautiful. Blending that downwards, feathering it really nicely into that milky pink. Keep stroking it out, and then I'm going to cap that in more. So making sure my apex is in place, and then just blending that down. I think this just makes it look really natural, really pinky, like just a beautiful, I don't know, just looks pretty. So then all the nails were set. I'm going to come in and file. So I'm taking my hand file and just roughly shaping the nail, like briefly doing a quick over shape. Today I'm using the CJP 100-180 grit files. And then I'm going to use this smooth top drill bit that I also got sent from Kuku, which I will leave all the links to everything I've used today in the description box. So if you ever want to know what I'm using, where I got it from, always check down there because it is always linked in there. So I'm basically going around the down the side walls, around the cuticle and up the other side wall, just leaving that one because that one wasn't quite ready to file. I don't know if you noticed when I was hand filing, I like an absolute donkey. I didn't cap. I capped the free edge and then left a big chunk at the cuticle area where I didn't cap. So I had to then go and cap it so that acrylic was still a little bit wet. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, like done your set of nails, cleaned away, put everything away, ready to file, and then realise you haven't capped. It's something that only I do. But yeah, basically getting that smooth top around them sidewalls and cuticle area, making sure it's nice and flush in those areas. This bit is great for that. I found it really lovely to use. It doesn't actually say what grit it is, but I'm guessing this is a fine grit. The teeth aren't really aggressive, and I love the smooth top. It was just really, really lovely to use. So on the thumb, when I'm like, I like to go around the cuticle area and sideways, and then I like to kind of go back and forth in a vertical way. No, horizontal, vertical, whatever. But as you can see, I'm showing you here, just the nib of the end of the drill handpiece was just catching. So what I'll do is just turn that off and then just extend that drill bit so that I can really get over that entire nail like this and get it nice and refined and beautiful. And then I will, off film, just go ahead and refine the shape from the client's view. And that is the dust there caught. Really impressive. And now, after they've all been filed, shaped, buffed and cleaned, I'm coming in with these little crystals, well, these little nail art things, like pearls with like a rim around them. They're also off the CJP website. And I'm then using angel crystals, really tiny Swarovski AB crystals to go around that. And then I'm going to do some 3D work around those as well, using milky pink. And this design was actually inspired by Alex Truong. I don't even know if that's pronounced correctly, but I will leave a link to his Instagram in the description box as well. His work is phenomenal. And then last but not least, we're going to top coat these nails. And then I will cure in the lamp as always for 60 seconds. You know the drill, let it cool down, apply your oil, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I say the same thing over and over again. But I absolutely adored this set of nails. I think it was so pretty and so girly, and I just really, really loved them. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and never miss a video when I upload. I love you all so much, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye bye.